What is going on, Cyber fam? I know, new environment, right? Looks like I'm part of like some kind of crime scene back here, but reality, we're just getting some work done in the house, and contractor's not here, so I'm taking over the space upstairs. Anyway, looks like Paper Hands Kevin has finally sold all his stocks. Oh no, he sold all his stocks. Have you guys heard of this thing? It's like Meet Kevin finally sold all his stocks. Looks like Meet Kevin met all of his losses as well. Sorry. Okay, I had to. Anyway, no, I got no hate towards the guy. So 6 weeks ago, or I think 5 weeks ago, I posted a video which I'll link over here about my plan for the next 6 weeks at that time. And the real truth is, he took one of those strategies. He actually explains it. If you go and watch his videos, right? He actually explains the three, or I think four. I think he did mention three, but there's definitely a fourth one. But he mentioned three strategies that you could take within times like these right now. And to be honest, like, this is his portfolio. I know people are really angry at him for selling, and a lot of followers. He's got like 350,000 views on that exact video, right? Personally, my thoughts, I kind of really don't really like Meet Kevin, but like, it's not him as a person. I'm sure, a fine guy. I don't know him, but I just think his content is like super clickbaity, and like, I have clickbaity thumbnails too, but I think the content itself is like that too. And it is what it is. I used to watch him a lot in like 2017, 18, but to me, I only catch it when he has some. His informational content is really fantastic. I think he has a good ability to actually spread that information and actually portray it out with his perspective, and I really respect him for that. But outside of that, I don't really consume much of his content on a regular basis. This one I did watch though, and I've been following his investment stuff for the past 6 months, I'd like to say, and he had a pretty good buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip since like early 2020, pretty much, right? And he wasn't wrong there really. It's stuff that I was doing too. I was buying the dip pretty heavily. I made a lot of my money off of buying the dip last year, and obviously some of it is gone now with the whole like losses. But I didn't really sell anything. I'm still very much in the market, and I haven't really liquidated any of my stocks or anything like that. But the thing is, guys, this is the stuff I was trying to tell you before. In that video that I made a while ago, I listed that what I'm going to do, which is basically just hold and wait. I'm not going to buy any position. People are freaking out that Palantir has come down. I think at that time it was like 25 all the way down to like 22. Now it's like 12, right? But the stocks are coming down, and I told you why I thought that was. The reason why these stocks are coming down is mainly because of the whole tapering scare, and there's a lot of fear in the market. There really is. I see it all the time. This is exactly why I don't like talking stock price. At times like this, it's very important, and I've mentioned this in the video that I'll link again over here. But at times like this, it is very important, especially as us retail investors trying to navigate through this BS of just sea of garbage in the stock market news and updates and all this other stuff. It's very important to have a good like philosophy, right? For me, I'm going to try to stay as stoic as possible, make sure that I do not fluctuate on anything that happens unless it's some massive news or something and I feel comfortable enough to put my money in or out, in which case I haven't really had something like that. I think I did buy a little bit of Palantir on the Athenia news, but it wasn't much. It was maybe like 1%, of anything. Secondly, I had some good fallbacks for myself. I still have that tax bill. So I've just been accumulating cash so I can pay the government so I don't, go to jail, right? But I do plan on buying. The thing is, I'm not comfortable buying now. And, you got to do what you're comfortable doing. This is why I think it's very important when you follow these finance and stock guys, right? You got to understand they're giving you their perspective. Like in this channel, I'm giving you the perspective of what I do with my investment profiles, and with the Palantir stuff, I explain to it from a technical level, technical from a software level, not from like a finance technical analysis level, right? That's what I try to do. And you really have to understand, and these YouTubers and like even myself, we're basically a source of information for you. And I understand that. I use YouTube all the time as a source of information. But one really key thing to keep in mind is, as you see this information sort of dissipate, you have to make sure that you know what you're looking at. For my channel, don't come here for stock news, right? Like, I can give you some stock news, but you're really here from my perspective and what I'm doing with my money. And in some of my podcasts, where I'm going to show as to what I learn and get some market insights as to what these companies are doing and things like that. Other people's perspectives, things like that, right? Meet Kevin is, for me at least, a place where I want to see his views on some of the market takes and some of the macros and things like that, because I have my views and other people have their views. At the end of the day, guys, this is all a very, very tumultuous time, and it's very important that you take very prudent sort of measures with your portfolio. This is not a time to go YOLO and sort of hope for the best, really, right? Because hope is really not a strategy. And anyway, so I have no hate towards the guy, but to be very honest with you, it does feel a little bit like paper hands. And I don't know. I mean, we'll see. It's just a matter of perspective. But I think, him selling all of it, he's basically trying to get a better entry point. He said in the next like 20 to 60 days. And I think depending on the stock you're picking, there could be a possibility of that, right? Because like I said in the video that I was alluding to earlier, tapering hasn't even come out yet. There's a lot of fear in the market. People are very, they're very here nor there when it comes to what stocks they're buying and what things they're looking for in these stocks. And things are past fundamentals at this point, guys, right? Some of these companies are great fundamentally, but they're just not performing from a stock perspective. So, take everything you hear with a grain of salt. And this is when you do your own research. If you don't have any money, just do research. In my case, I literally have no money to buy anything if I wanted to. So in a way, it's kind of a good hedge. But, as I accumulate money and finish paying my tax bill, I will be looking to enter the market again, in which case I'll, update you guys and make sure you guys are ahead of that as well. So that's my take on this stuff. But, I really hope Kevin can get in on a good entry price, because he's pulled all of his money, which is like $20 million or something, right? So hopefully he does a good job with that. And I'm wishing him nothing but good luck with his portfolio for him and his family, because I know he's got kids. I got kids. We all have worries. So I don't know, guys. I mean, this should be like a good indication for you guys to do your research, right? For me, I'm taking the strategy of just waiting. Obviously, I have some unrealized losses, but as long as I've done my research and I see that my conviction is still good, I'm okay. The stock price has never really changed my conviction. I held Tesla, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is like, that stuff went up and down like every other day, right? So, just have your conviction ready, have your research on hand, and make sure that, your money is going to the place that you know and you trust, okay? But that's it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.